everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell by the thumbnail and title, today's video is going to be a haul video. So it ended up being quite a large haul unexpectedly, but I mean, here we are, the damage has been done, the credit cards swiped. What are we gonna do? Take stuff back? No, people don't really return stuff here anyway. I mean, there are like some return policies, but most of the time it's super strict and most stores actually don't let you return items anyway, especially like makeup items. There's a no return policy here, believe it or not. Actually, I do feel really good about all the items that I purchased over the past week, even though when you add it all up, it does add up to be quite a large sum. Like, all of these are kind of big ticket purchases, but it's one of those things where, like, I mean, they're not necessities because technically speaking, nothing outside of food, water, and shelter is a necessity. But you know, putting that type of Poindextery argument aside, everything that I bought was pretty much essentials, or like things that I ran out of and I don't have, that they are essentials for my daily life, basically. Like, I use them in my regular skincare, makeup routine, stuff like that. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and show you. I don't want this video to be too long. First of all, I stopped by Isetan Mirror, which is in not Isetan department store. So Isetan department store is one of many department stores. I go to the one in Shinjuku all the time just because it's very accessible to me. Shinjuku is actually the station that I change at for my commute, so I can like basically drop by anytime after work. I'm trying not to do that so much this year though, because for what? Like, why am I looking for excuses to spend money after work every day? That's not sustainable. But yeah, Shinjuku Isetan is the place that I get like all of my RMK stuff, because I know the people at the counter there, or they recognize me at least, because I'm the crazy girl that buys like almost every single item of every collection release. And then Isetan Mirror is actually in a different department store called Lumine, which is also in Shinjuku station, but you have to like walk outside of the station to get to it. Isetan Mirror is like, you can get a bunch of different high-end luxury makeup brands in one shop in Lumine. So in the actual Isetan department store, it's like a traditional Japanese department store where the second floor or the first floor, like the entire floor, has all just luxury cosmetics brands, and each brand has their own counter. Isetan Mirror, on the other hand, it's in Lumine department store, so completely different building and everything, and you get access to a bunch of different luxury brands like Dior, 3, Addiction is also in there, IPSA, Clarins, brands like that. It's all kind of consolidated into one store, and it's a much smaller scale obviously than an entire department floor full of luxury makeup brands, which would be the classic setup. Okay, so the point is that Isetan Mirror is the closest and the most convenient way for me to get access to IPSA products. So I went ahead and bought the, this is a very classic skincare item that most of you probably know about. This is called the IPSA Time Reset Aqua Kishou Sui, or toning lotion. Comes in this really cool icicle looking bottle, and it twists off the top like that. This is actually the second time that I purchased this item. The first time that I tried out this item was actually several years ago, like 5+ years ago. This toning lotion has been around for a while. It's been a hot item both inside and outside of Japan for a long time, and for a good reason. I remember really liking it the first time I tried it out. I'm not sure why I ended up getting rid of it. No, I remember. It's because I gave it to my cousin when I visited China, because back then was when my grandparents were still alive. So there was a period of time when my grandpa was in the hospital that I would visit quite frequently, like once every 2 months, to my grandparents' hometown in China. And during that time, my aunt and cousin would like spend a lot of time with me and kind of take care of me. Obviously, I was there mainly staying with my dad, who lives in China as well. During that time, my aunt and cousin would spend a lot of time like basically just with me and taking care of me, making sure I was okay during my trips. So I actually bought 2 new bottles to give to them, and then I think I even left my own half-used bottle behind for them, just because like I knew that they didn't have access to it in China at the time. I don't know about now, maybe they do. I'm sure that they can get it online anyway, but yeah, so I do remember really enjoying it. ended up giving my half-used bottle to my aunt and my cousin, and then I just didn't like, I never got around to repurchasing it because it is a little bit pricey. It's 4,000 yen for a bottle, although now that I think about it, like now in 2021, that's a pretty good deal for I think for the quality of what you get. So I think the biggest selling point of this toner water in particular, aside from the really cool packaging, is the fact that it has no alcohol content whatsoever, and also it claims to be scentless, but I would have to strongly disagree. I think it definitely has like a very light, classic, fresh skincare type of scent. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's definitely not completely fragrance free. It definitely has some sort of like fresh sweet scent to it, which is good. That's exactly what I want. But I just wanted to mention it for people who are very like Spartan about their skincare not having any scent whatsoever. But again, like I said, for me it's perfect. I love the way this smells. I love the way it feels on my skin. When I was in the store, this one sales girl came over to help me, even though I don't need help. This is the thing, like I actually don't need help whatsoever. I'm gonna stop dealing with salespeople in 2021. Like, I'm sorry, I usually don't. I'm usually very polite, like I smile at people, or you know, nowadays I smize because half our faces are covered by a mask, so I do like this thing, you know, where I squint, and I'm probably getting premature wrinkles under my eyes by doing that, but I like to show people that I'm friendly and whatnot. However, at the same time, I just don't want anything to do with salespeople in 2021. Half the time they have no idea what they're talking about. They're like 24 years old, straight out of college, so what the hell do they know? They're just trying to sell you and upsell you as much product as they can, right? Which is exactly what this girl did to me. So she basically told me, like, she was like, oh, do you want to try it out? And I was like, sure, why not? Even though I already know what it feels like, what it smells like, whatever, but I got time, whatever, let me try it some out on the back of my hand. And she was telling me how you shouldn't use this with just your bare hands, like you should use a cotton pad because of, honestly, I don't remember the actual reason she gave, but probably something to do with the fact that if you pour it into your hand, it'll soak into your hand first so that your face doesn't get the full benefits. I don't know, something like that. So basically she convinced me to buy some IPSA branded bougie cotton as well. Here it is. It was actually a lot cheaper than I was expecting. So this was only 400 yen for 120 sheets of cotton, which is pretty much the reason why I said yes. If it was like 1,000 yen or something, I would not have gone for it, but since it's only 400 yen, I thought, sure, why not? You always want to have some cotton pads on hand, right? And I was running low anyway. So I went ahead and bought these, but then when I came home, I was kind of like, did I just get like completely bamboozled? Because I'm not sure that when I bought my first bottle of this 5 years ago, I didn't use cotton pads at all because I didn't want to waste any of the product by having it, you know, soak into the cotton and not get on my face. So I would honestly just use my hands every time I applied this. That way, like, even though some of it gets on my hands and not on my face, at least the entirety of the product is getting somewhere onto my body and benefiting me in some way. Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, when I was doing that method, I feel like it worked out completely fine and I did see a difference in my skin. I really liked the results. So yeah, I mean, I don't blame the sales girl. I feel like that's just what she was taught and told to say to customers, but now that I really think about it, I think that's complete BS, the idea that you have to use a cotton pad to apply this to your face to get the best results. I honestly think that that's just a ploy for you to not only buy an extra item, which would be IPSA cotton pads. Oh, because she also told me that these were like special cotton pads that would help it apply better, which I also don't believe because I used a couple of these since then and they feel like any old regular cotton pads. Like Shiseido branded cotton pads from the drugstore would be a fine substitute for this, but that's besides the point. So I think that that's just like something that they say to get you to buy cotton pads as well as use up the product faster because you're wasting half of it that's getting soaked up by the cotton pads. So not only do you have to buy more cotton pads, you go through the lotion at a faster rate as well, and you would have to buy a new one to replace the old one sooner. And here's the real kicker. You see, I'm so glad that I actually read the descriptions of the products that I buy, unlike some people, but it literally says here in the instructions that you can use either a cotton pad or the palm of your hand. So I think I'm just gonna use my old-fashioned method of pouring this into the palm of my hand and wiping it all over my face. That way the skin on both my face and my hands can reap the benefits of this serum. Like I just don't appreciate the lies. Why lie to me?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
And so now, like, even though I know that I'm right and I don't really need to follow that advice, I feel as if a seed of doubt has been planted in my heart, you know? Like, am I really using this correctly? Anyway, let's just move on to the next item. So then I went to Rosemary, which is like the local makeup select shop in the Parco department store that's next to my station, my closest train station. I go there all the time. I get like probably 80% of my makeup necessities from there. Sometimes I even get shampoo and stuff from there because their point system is really, really bomb. So I got a little lucky bag thing with a bunch of stuff from the brand BW Milico. Is that how you pronounce it? BW Milico. Milico. Yeah, Milico. Yeah, Milico. I've seen this logo around somewhere, so I know that this is like, I don't know if it's brand new or if it's like kind of a revival of an older brand, but nevertheless, I have seen this around in the drugstore. I've never paid particular attention to it, but I just thought that this was like a pretty good deal because you get 3 eyeshadow singles, 2 lipsticks. These lipsticks look really flimsy, I'm not gonna lie, but whatever. And then a mini brush set thingy. And all of this came to just under 1,000 yen after tax. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cute. I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. I mean, if I manage to get to it in a video, I'll do a video on it. If I don't, I'll swatch it for fun by myself, or I'll give it away to someone. I don't know, I will figure it out, okay? 1,000 yen. And then second of all, I did it, you guys. I bit the bullet and I bought the full-size foundation of the Kogendo My Fancy Aqua Foundation. Honestly, I'm really glad I got this because they were having like a 10% off sale as well this week. So I got 10% off the ticket price, which is, it still came out to quite a lot though because it retails for like 5,000 yen. And this is a 30 milliliter bottle. But you guys know how much I loved this formula when I was trying out that little sample size for the past like month. That sample size lasted such a long time. Yeah, there was actually a surprising amount of product in there. I was putting off buying the full-sized bottle for so long because I was just like, isn't there like some way for me to just get samples for the rest of my life of this foundation so that I never have to actually buy the product? But at the end of the day, that's too much work. I just went ahead and bought it. I'm very glad. And I think I got like the wrong shade because I was confused. Okay, so this is shade 002 and the one that they give out in the sample bottles is 013, but I got confused because they both have the same name. It's super confusing. Like, they both are called Pink Ochre. It's just that the 002 is Pink Ochre full stop, but then the 013 is Pink Ochre, and then in parentheses it says something else, I forget. Yeah, I'm confused. Like, why do they do that? Just name it different things. They actually turned out to be pretty similar shades in the end. This one just happens to be slightly lighter and on the pinker side, which is actually, you know what? Honestly, that works for the aesthetic that I'm going for this year. I want to look like super fresh and young and whatever.
Look at me! Look how young I look!
I think either or 002, 013, I can pretty much make either color work on me. So I'm ecstatic about this. And just a side note, I really like how the bottom of the bottle is red. It kind of reminds me of Louboutins, bloody shoes and all that. Okay, so on to the last items. I actually picked up 2 pairs of eyeglasses from Zoff, which is a chain eyeglass store here in Japan. Okay, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit of a design snob here again. I only F with Japanese brands when it comes to eyewear design. Like, I only F with Japanese eyeglass designs. Actually, I'm sure that other East Asian countries as well, like South Korea and China, their brands probably also have the kind of design aesthetic that I like personally, but I don't live in those countries obviously, so I've only ever purchased Japanese eyeglasses for the past decade. The reason being that they're made in Japan, so they're tailor-made for Asian faces, stating the obvious, right? But like, it looks so much better than any other US brand or Western brand that I've ever had. Like, growing up when I still lived in the US, I just remember every single pair of eyeglasses that I got, which I started wearing glasses at a young age, like around 10 or 11. I think that's pretty young. I mean, there's kids that were wearing glasses since they were in preschool. But yeah, unfortunately I was not very careful about protecting my eyesight and all of that when I was younger because I was a kid and I didn't know anything. So I started wearing glasses at age 11, and I just never liked the way that Western eyeglass frames looked on my face. They're just too, like, I don't know, too boxy, too bold, too overdone. I mean, I'm sure the designs have evolved over time. Like, I'm sure they're slightly better now with a little more nuance these days. But honestly, I still think that Japanese brands have superior design and overall quality when it comes to eyeglasses. So yeah, I'm a snob, nothing new there. And plus, like, one of the biggest things, so this is one of the pairs that I got. Let me just, I'm wearing contacts too, so I can't wear it for too long, but just to show you guys. I really like this light beige color for the frames here. It's very unique and different from any other frame I ever had. You see how the shape is just like soft, just the perfect shape to complement my face. Plus it stays put, like it doesn't slide down whatsoever. I feel like that's one of the biggest problems that like Asian people run into, especially when they are trying to get eyeglasses from non-Asian countries, because Asian people on the whole, not everyone obviously, but like on the whole, our noses, the bridge of our noses is flatter and higher, maybe something like that. I mean, we have flatter faces in general, so Japanese eyeglasses are designed to accommodate for that, so I don't have to deal with them sliding down my nose. Also, the sizes are usually smaller and more, I don't know, like just more nuanced. It just looks better, like it blends into my face rather than being this jarring block of an eyeglass frame. And then these are like, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they are slightly tinted yellow because I added the blue light cut lens option, which helps cut down the blue light particles that emit from computer screens. So if you have a desk job or you're just staring at a computer, staring at screens the whole day, the way that I do, then this is very good. Then these lenses are very good because they just add that extra layer of protection for your eyes. And they also were having a campaign in the store where normally you have to pay extra to get the blue light filter lenses, but this week they are letting people add that option for free. So I went ahead and got 2 pairs because actually if you get 2 pairs you get 10% off of your whole order. This was a completely unplanned purchase. I wasn't thinking about glasses at all, even though I've been like pretty sick of my current glasses for some time now. It didn't cross my mind to get new ones because it was just not like, it's not a necessity in my mind. But when I walked past the Zoff store and I saw that they were having their campaign and whatnot, I thought, why not just take a look and try some frames on, and then next thing you know, one thing leads to another, and now I have 2 new pairs of eyeglasses. Go figure. Although if you look at my history of buying eyeglasses, this is pretty much on course. Like, I tend to buy, yeah, without fail, it seems like every 2 years I tend to buy 2 new pairs of eyeglasses, because I guess that's just when I get fed up with my old ones and I feel like it's time for a change or a new style. So my second pair, again, this was completely unplanned. I thought if I was even gonna get new glasses, it would only be 1 pair for sure, but then come to find out they have a Peanuts frames collaboration going on right now. So I'm like, I can't like not get the Snoopy glasses. Are you serious? So these are limited edition. They do these types of character collaborations a lot, and they also have like Disney character frames that are very popular. Here's the little microfiber cloth. Oh, look at Snoopy in his glasses. So cute. And here are the second pair of frames. So not that much different from the first one. These are also brown. They look black, but they're actually like a dark brown color. And then on the handles, I don't know if it'll focus, but it has like a Charlie Brown pattern going down the handle. One thing that I did differently this year from all the other years that I've purchased new glasses, I went with 2 different tones of brown this time instead of what I usually do, which is I usually get at least 1 pair in a red or burgundy color, because I feel like so like I'll show you my old glasses that I've been wearing for the past 2 years that I'm really sick of this actually. It's so funny, like it's so funny how I like get sick of the styles that I pick, because every time that I first purchase the glasses, I feel like, oh, they look really, really good, like they really suit my face, and it makes me feel like a new woman, you know? But then as time passes on, like 1 year, 2 years, I just get really sick of it, and I'm like, ugh, this shape, this material, this design is not it. But yeah, so like I was saying, I usually get a red, at least one red frame or burgundy frame, because I just feel like the color red looks really good contrasted against my skin. Like it just makes me look more awake and, I don't know, healthier or something. And these two particular frames that I got today, they did both come in a reddish burgundy option, but the reason that I opted for brown this time is because I truly feel like 2021 is gonna be the year of beige. Like that's kind of that's my vision going forward, you know. And when I say beige, we're not talking about your grandma's beige, right? We're talking about like Instagram thought beige, or I don't know, maybe there's a better descriptor for that, but like bougie beige, you know what I'm talking about? I feel like if 2020 was the year of terracotta, then I think terracotta really paved the way for 2021 to be like 50 shades of beige, you know? And I just feel like as much as I still love my classic burgundy red, I want to change it up. I feel like if I get yet another red framed pair of glasses, it's just gonna look like the same old me that always was. But I don't want to be the same old me. I want to be like Ren 2.0. So like already with this really light, almost milk tea colored beige, I feel like a new woman, you know? Also, it's just a very sophisticated color. I feel like rich people wear beige all the time, and when I say beige, I include the whole spectrum of brown, creams, all of those colors, all of those shades as well. So you ever notice how rich people are always wearing cream, beige, brown, those types of like muted colors? Yeah, I mean I aspire to be rich as well, so I do aspire. Actually, I'm kind of curious now. Are you with me in this beige journey for 2021? Like, let me know. Drop a beige or a brown heart emoji. You know what we could be, actually? I just thought of this right now. We could be the beige bays. The beige bay brigade. Oh my god. Just, you guys don't know like the vision that I have in my mind right now. Yeah, I really just want to do something new with the aesthetic. Beige, you know, total elegance and sophistication, but with a little bit of thoughtiness mixed in. So like elegant thought vibes, that's what I'm going for this year. I want a whole production, you know? Like I know I'm not wearing beige today, but I want to give the beige fantasy this year. And it's not just because I just spent $500 on beige makeup from RMK. I feel like I was already headed in this direction. So it's perfect. Now I have my beige eyewear to complete the aesthetic. I know I wear contacts in most of my videos, usually because I'm really just trying to showcase an eye look or some eyeshadows, you know. I don't want it to get obscured by glasses, but in my daily life, I definitely need some cute eyewear options to wear on those days where I just don't feel like poking my eyeballs out in order to simply see clearly. Next step would be LASIK, right? I feel like that's the ultimate goal here, but then also I'm low-key scared of LASIK because I live in Japan, so for some reason I have this huge fear that there's gonna be an earthquake the moment that the doctor's scalpel is like inside my eye. I mean, seriously, it's a legitimate possibility. So what am I supposed to do if that happens? What if the biggest earthquake since the 2011 one comes along right in the middle of my LASIK surgery? They're just gonna cut up my eye and it's gonna be ruined forever. I'll be screwed. So yeah, still not quite ready for that step, but anyway, I think that's a good note to end this video on. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in my next one. Bye! Maxine! Would you consider yourself a beige cat? Oh, no comment? Oh, okay, we respect that. She doesn't like to put herself in a box.